In the lush forests of what is now Virginia, Pocahontas, the spirited and adventurous daughter of Chief Powhatan, roamed freely, feeling at one with the land. She had a deep connection with nature and often sought guidance from the talking wind, flowing rivers, and towering trees. Pocahontas was curious about the world beyond her village and often wondered what lay across the ocean. One day, a large ship arrived on the shores of her homeland, bringing English settlers led by a brave and curious man named John Smith. The settlers came in search of gold and new opportunities, unaware of the rich culture and history of the land they had entered. Pocahontas watched from the shadows as the settlers began to build their fort, unsure of their intentions. Driven by curiosity, Pocahontas secretly followed John Smith into the forest one day. When they finally met face to face, both were surprised by the other's kindness and curiosity. Although they came from different worlds, Pocahontas and John quickly formed a bond, drawn together by their shared love for the land and a desire to understand one another. As Pocahontas showed John the beauty of her world, she explained that the earth was not something to be owned or conquered, but to be respected and cherished. She spoke of the colors of the wind, a metaphor for the unseen but powerful forces that connect all living things. John, who had always seen the world in terms of what could be taken, began to see things differently. He realized that there was more to life than gold and riches. But not everyone in their worlds was as open-minded. The tension between the settlers and Pocahontas people grew as both sides feared and misunderstood each other. Governor Ratcliffe, the leader of the settlers, was determined to find gold, and he saw the native people as an obstacle to be removed. Meanwhile, Chief Powhatan, concerned for the safety of his people, prepared for battle. Pocahontas knew that conflict would bring only sorrow and loss. She believed that peace and understanding could bridge the gap between their two worlds. With courage and conviction, Pocahontas stood between the two sides, urging them to listen to each other and find common ground. She sang of the colors of the wind, reminding them that they were all part of the same world, bound by the same forces of nature. Inspired by Pocahontas's words and bravery, John Smith convinced his fellow settlers to stand down. Chief Powhatan, moved by his daughter's wisdom, did the same. Although the path to peace was not easy, Pocahontas and John Smith showed their people that understanding and respect were stronger than fear and hate. In the end, Pocahontas and John parted ways, knowing that their worlds were still different, but hopeful that their friendship had planted the seeds of a brighter future. As John sailed back to England, he carried with him the lessons he had learned from Pocahontas, the importance of seeing the world through the eyes of others, and the true colors of the wind.